Hey guys, welcome back to Jen. I'm so glad you're here. It's just so weird to be on camera. It's so nice though. Guys, today I have such a special treat for you. I hope you can see it in my face. I'm so excited. You can hear my voice. I'm so excited. I have Fiona, Avid Gardener, here with me. So I'm recording this intro to let you know what happened with this one. This one was recorded I don't know, like a week ago or something. She's lovely. I'm so excited for you to see this. I made this into a two-part because it's really, really juicy. We talk Harry and Meghan smack the whole time. Some people are really into that. You're going to be really into this. We really had the best time. We just got on so well. So I'm excited for you to see the chemistry, and I'm excited to see. Please watch both parts. She's wonderful. I just have a couple of things. So when we recorded it, I had every intention of not being on camera. So that's what I prepped for, not being on camera. So I'm off. I put myself in the corner small so Fiona could see me, so she didn't feel like she was just talking to a black screen. She could see my reactions. But that's why a lot of times in this one, I'm just like off to the side or I look like I'm not interested. It's because I didn't plan on being on camera. But now that I'm on camera, I thought, no, I'll just go ahead and release it. So that's why that's that. She even refers to at some point like my grand reveal. And I'm like, joke's on me. It already happened because I messed up. So it's fine. Anyway, so I just wanted to set the stage for that. But I'm so excited for you to see this. I do have a favor to ask you if you don't mind. Do subscribe to her channel. She's at I think just over 40,000. I'm trying to get her up over 50,000. We can do it. This flock has it. If you hit subscribe on her channel, if you will, let her know that you're from the flock, say honk honk or something like that so she knows, or Jen sent you, whatever you want to do. But it's really important to me. She's just such a lovely woman, and you'll see how well we got on that I feel this need to do this. I don't know. I brought it up to her. She's like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, no, I want to do this. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy this as much as I did. And I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to Jen. I'm so glad you're here. Today you can hear it in my voice. I'm so excited. I have a new friend here with me. Everybody, you know who she is, but in case you don't, we have Fiona from Avid Gardener. Hi, Fiona.
Hi, Jen. Thank you very much for having me on.
Oh my gosh, thank you for coming on. I've been a long time fan of yours and your lovely husband, Graham. So I'm just so glad to talk to you. And can I just say, when I told everybody I was going to be talking to you, they were very excited. They're like, yay. And I said, yay, me too. So
I've been a massive follower of yours for a long time as well.
oh, why? No. Lay down, you're drunk. No.
I think you're a brave woman for having me on.
Oh, no. You don't even know. We're going to be best friends. We're going to hang out in Spain and have margaritas. I've already decided this. We're doing this. So,
Definitely.
but, so you guys already know this, but just in case you don't, Avid Gardener Fiona started her channel, it looks like November 2019. She's amassed over 13 million views. That's incredible. And one of my favorite things I noticed is on your description of your channel, you have be fabulous all your life. And if you find out how, let me know. I love that. Tell me about that. Was that just something you saw or just something you came up with? What's that?
Oh no, that came out because the newspapers used to have a go at me. So I, if anyone should sympathise with someone like Harry and Meghan, it's someone like me, and yet I don't. But when you're on the receiving end of the newspapers, it's worse than trolls. They just criticise everything, and I used to think, oh, it must be so nice to be perfect.
I know. The difference is you've actually been through some stuff. Theirs is manufactured drama. So I think, yeah, that probably has a lot to do with it.
As I was saying before, we're re-watching Harry and Meghan on Netflix. And it's really eye-opening watching it now. Now she's like wants an invite to Christmas.
Yes, that's okay. Well, let's get right into it. I'm with you. So you think so too. So all those news stories coming out with this BS about will they, won't they, will they, won't they? Like,
every Christmas.
Forever and ever. You're right. Yep, absolutely.
Or is it, do you think maybe just journalists doing that and it's not her?
Oh, no way. I think it's absolutely her. I think any chance to put her name in there. It's because she gets to play victim, her favorite, and she gets to have her name tied to the royals, her other favorite. What do you think?
I was going to ask you, have you ever met any people like her? Because I have.
I had a narcissistic boss. That's actually what kind of drew me to HG's channel a little bit, and getting to know him is just to learn about narcissism, but it wasn't to this degree. Like the
You've never
blatant
sort of had
lies.
college girls, mean girls at
Mm.
school, nothing like that.
Bits and pieces, probably a grouping of them, but not one specific person. What about you?
No, I didn't really encounter it. I mean, they were the populars,
Yeah.
but they weren't mean. They were just popular. Um,
Right.
but the film Mean Girls is, I think a lot of people can relate to that. And I think she just came across that way so much from the beginning.
I
I think
think
that's what captured everyone's imagination.
so. Then what captured what got your attention on them?
Oh, we've had a really bad experience with a couple of people who I've referred to as psychopathic narcissists.
Uh-huh.
But the more I go through life and I watch Meghan, because I saw the same things with Meghan, I'm discovering it's just really rude behavior. There
Yeah.
are some people who just, they will choose to lie instead of tell the truth, to stick the knife in instead of walk away. You know, it's really, really bad. And it's classic. People go to that type of behavior. Whereas before, I thought it was like a mental illness. Now I'm seeing so many people behaving like that. They call it their truth now, don't they?
Absolutely. Yes. That's kind of how I found them, Megan, is because I covered the Johnny Depp Amber Heard. Did you follow that case at all?
I didn't, but the world could not help but notice, even if you weren't following it. I think
Mhm.
pretty much everyone in the world looked at her and just thought, wow.
Yeah, because she would actually record herself saying the complete opposite of what she'd say in court. And so I just never seen anybody bold-faced lie like that. I just hadn't been around it. So
I
that
have. I have.
have you
I have.
oh,
Oh, yeah,
ooh.
I have.
Care to elaborate or just in general or
My arresting officer, Steve
Oh,
Skerritt, and he admits it. You know, he says, well, it was a technique as a police officer. Would just blatantly lie
oh
about
my
something
gosh.
because he said it got results.
Oh no. Oh, that's
9 times out of 10, and he said that one time you get caught doesn't matter. It's done its job. So yeah, he's we actually get on with him.
Oh, good. Good.
I interviewed him, and
Oh,
Graham filmed it. So
oh,
we got the whole thing on, and he didn't care. He said,
yeah.
"Oh, yeah, I'll talk to you. I don't care. I'll tell you everything." He'd been arrested and thrown out of the police, so I guess he had
Oh,
nothing to lose.
uh-huh.
But yeah, he used to lie, and these people that we sort of had a really bad time with for about 8, 9 years, they would just blatantly lie. Not just
Yeah.
lie to get out of trouble; they would lie to get someone else into trouble. There was nothing in it for them. So when I saw Meghan, there was something about her that reminded me of them.
Yeah, I guess so. Is that triggering for you? I hate that word triggering, but you know what I mean? Does it bring up bad feelings in terms of what you went through with that?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
things like Judge Warby. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, because I've had that. I've
mhm,
had defendants that I was suing who
mhm.
blatantly lied, and I caught them out and I took them to court for a hearing, and I asked the judge to send them to prison for perjury, and they got out of it in the same way. They misremembered. They forgot that our boat had been in their marina for 20 years before we bought it.
Oh my
According to them,
gosh.
we sailed it there. I had to produce Google Earth images to prove that it was there from years before. I had to produce invoices that had been paid by the previous owner. And this utter liar was confronted with all that, his barrister said, "You're going to have to put in a statement or it's perjury and say you forgot, you misremembered." I think they used that word.
Oh my
And the judge said,
gosh.
"It's too early to send anybody to prison." But he said, "If you continue to win and prove your case, Mrs. Hesketh, there may well come a time when the defendants will be sent to prison for perjury." So, although I lost the application,
Mhm.
I got a transcript of those words, and I made sure that I highlighted that bit and sent a copy to each defendant, hand delivered on Christmas Eve. And their lawyers' one went second class in the post box. And
You're
that was the
amazing.
trick, the threat of going to prison. So years later, when I hear Warby say, "Oh, she misremembered," oh yeah, my temper, I just thought, oh really? Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah, those are not little details to misremember. A boat for 20 years and whether or not you helped your friend write a book, that kind of stuff, write
I
a
know.
article,
I
yeah.
think Harry's words, "We must be able to deny this at a future." He
Mhm.
actually says in this bloody book, he admits, "I blatantly lied here, I blatantly lied there, I blatantly lied there." He
Mhm.
has admitted that in the book, that he's quite capable. We're all capable.
Sure.
They're so preachy.
You're absolutely right. And you're bringing up something that I wanted to give you a shout out on because I thought you did an amazing job. I just watched you on HG's video about the 10 Commandments. And by the way, guys, if you didn't watch that, go watch that. Fiona did it. You knocked it out of the park. That yours was
He's
honestly.
awesome, isn't he, old HG?
What's that?
Oh, HG Tudor. He's
Oh
awesome.
yeah. Yes. But you knocked it out of the park. And to me, one of the most clever things you said a lot of clever things in that, but one of the most clever things that it's like I knew it, but I didn't process it is Harry is going to be Meghan's downfall. He's got in his book all the truth on her. And he's showing us how awful she is without even realizing he's doing it. So that's brilliant. But you've been recovering Spare. Tell us your thoughts on. Guys, go watch Recovering of Spare. It's been incredible. I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
Are you reading it at the moment?
I've already recapped it on my channel. I'm just enjoying you going back through it because you're picking up stuff that I didn't pick up on. You're doing a great job.
Well, yeah, because when these type of things come out, at the time, we're flooded with newspaper headlines, opinions, pundits, commentators, all of our own thoughts. And sometimes it's worth going back a year or two later and having another look at it. And historians will, believe me. I mean, I was just telling you, I have not mentioned this on my channel. This is a first here.
Yes.
Harry, there's a really weird part in here that I noticed because I've started reading the front of the book. There's a photograph of Harry. Anybody can look it up on the internet of him sitting at his desk at Eton. And in the background, there's a photograph of Diana on the desk. Now, he refers to that photograph in the book more than once. And he said, that's his mum. That's how he kept his mum near him. When he was struggling to study, he'd stare at the photograph of Diana. So that's not something you would forget.
Yeah.
Is that all he's got left of his mum? It was in a black plastic frame. Anyone can look this up on the internet. I'm watching Harry and Meghan again. They put the same photograph up. It's definitely black. And when I first saw that picture, I remember thinking, oh, because I was a lot younger, I thought, oh, black plastic. I'm surprised it's not silver or gold or something because they're royal.
Yeah.
So I remembered that. So to my surprise, when I'm reading Spare, apparently that's not the case. Our eyes deceive us.
He's misremembering, right?
Misremembering. He does admit at the beginning of the paragraph. He says, maybe I can't remember stuff. I've got to find it now.
Yeah, take your time. But that's his excuse for everything. It's maybe I'm up. Maybe I don't remember.
I've lost the page now. But he describes it as a silver frame.
Oh my gosh. Do you guys hear this? So yeah, Fiona totally caught that and I didn't. So Harry is telling, yeah, totally different description. That's crazy of this frame, this picture that was so important to him.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to find the page.
You take your time. We're good. That's cool. While you do that, I'm just going to say, when I think of the Diana photo, I think of them waltzing Archie or whoever you believe that is up to the photo saying, Grandma. I'm like, oh God, cringe.
It's not the only cringy thing in that.
Oh God.
I found it.
Oh, good. Tell us what page.
He says, also, there's a photo of me sitting in my room at my pull-out desk. And there, amid the cubby holes and chaotic papers, sits a silver-framed photo of Mummy. Oh. It's on page 48.
Oh, so yeah, silver there.
Who wrote this book?
Meghan.
Did they not think to look up? I mean, mind you, she doesn't Google things. She had no idea who this guy was.
No idea. Oh my God. That's such a good catch, Fiona. I got the exclusive here. Yay. But that's amazing. You're a detective. That's well done. It's just another weirdness. Go ahead. What was
Well, I just think it's so strange. I mean, it's like would he forget the day of his mother's funeral?
Exactly.
I would remember every little detail.
Exactly. And it's another detail that there's just no reason to lie about it. Yeah. So what's the real, why is everything shrouded in mystery? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, doesn't he have the same photograph but in a silver frame these days? And he's just forgotten. His memory has been reprogrammed.
He had a conversation with the toilet in Spare, right? Or was it the sink or the toilet? Remember when he was on mushrooms? You may not be to that part yet. So who knows?
I admit, I gave up reading this damn book. Go on, tell me more. He had a conversation with the toilet.
Yeah, he said, I'm gonna get it wrong. I laughed so hard through it, my brain is like fried. But he was at, I believe it was at Courtney Cox's house, the Monica from Friends, and he had taken like substances, mushrooms or something, and had a conversation with, I think it was a toilet. I think it was a toilet. He thought the toilet was
Oh my goodness.
but I'm like, he probably doesn't have to be on substances for that to happen. He's not the sharpest.
No, he's not. He's really easily manipulated. He's a very unsophisticated guy, isn't he?
So,
He must be, because Meghan is such a shit actress. Only a
so
fool
bad.
would fall for it.
Okay, so then, yeah, I'm just totally going off. I had a whole list of questions. I don't want to do that. I just want to ask you, what was their first date like? What do you think she was laying on him? Like, I love Africa. Oh, yes, I love charity too. I love
Diana's
outside.
perfume. Under her arms and everything.
We both did that. That's perfect.
I am
had
so
no idea
surprised
you
you
were.
didn't have her hair cut short and dyed blonde. Amazed. But it'll come. We all know it.
I always wanted to name my child Diana, just like laying on all the bullshit. Oh my God.
I think the massive one on the engagement interview was, I never heard of Prince Harry.
Absolutely. Because I really couldn't give a rat's ass about, I just never cared about Harry. I always cared about William, but I knew who he was. And then
Yeah.
she pretends to have studied what international relations, doesn't know who Prince Harry is. Well, you
Well, I
must
mean,
be really bad at it.
even if someone's going to use a plumber or an electrician and allow them access to their house, you're going to look them up on Google. If you go out with somebody and you're going to get married to them, you're going to fucking look them up on Google. Oh, I had no idea who he was. I've never looked him up on Google. It's just such a massive, embarrassing lie. It's so cringy.
So
Let Meghan go.
cringy. Yes. Oh my God. It's so embarrassing. But yet that dimwit bought it. If anybody should have their radar up looking for red flags, it should be that idiot. But no, he's like,
You
oh,
can
okay.
imagine William's red flags going up there, going, oh my God.
And then he thinks, I've got the next Catherine or whatever. It's like, no.
No, I bet he thought,
You've
because
got the Antichrist.
because Meghan has long dark hair, I bet he thought, oh, they're going to be exactly the same.
Oh, yeah, they'll get on super well, except for your wife is a psycho. God, he's an idiot. Every red flag ever. Yeah. And then I just think about too, like calling the press, like right off the bat when they were dating, you leave my girlfriend alone. What?
I know. That's the thing, watching back Meghan and Harry. He says, oh, we were in Canada for exactly 6 weeks before the press found out. And then, oh, we were in Tyler Perry's house for exactly 6 weeks before the press had. And I'm like, oh, how can't you see who called the press? How would the press find you?
Exactly.
How would they know? Oh.
Well, do you remember too? I believe it's in the book. He says like, we actually thought about moving to Africa, but then the press found out. I'm like, she
didn't want to go.
Exactly.
She'd have been like, Africa.
Like, let me call that grid real quick. Tell them what's going on so I don't have to go. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Cotswolds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They had that house, didn't they? And then there was a drone, and it was her regular dial-a pat. And that was a way to get out of living in the countryside. Didn't want to do it. That's what I think.
Oh, you are so spot on. You're so speaking my language. It's like I'm talking to myself here. This is great. These are all the things I feel too. Oh, I feel vindicated after reading that damn book. I yelled into my mic for weeks about that book.
Have you actually read all of it?
Oh yeah, I recapped the whole thing from start to finish. Oh yes.
I've just never got to the read the entire book. There's chunks I have not read.
Yeah, I read the whole book. It was terrible. I recapped it. Don't recommend. Now, my favorite book. Did you read? I have to say it weird. I don't know if you know this. I always say it weird on my channel. Ready? Revenge. That Tom Bower book.
The Tom Bower.
I read it like 3 times. It was so good. Have you read it?
Quite as vicious as I had hoped or expected.
Really? Okay. I thought he did a really good job. I felt that way about Cordius. I thought Cordius was good, but it wasn't as vicious as I'd hoped.
What I felt was that Tom Bower had been a subscriber of Yankee Wally, because it was everything that Wally had uncovered in the early days. She
Oh,
might as well have written the book for him. But he's a
really?
millionaire and he gets loads of kudos, and Wally just gets
Mm.
a kick in the face.
Okay, so I gotta admit, I'm actually not familiar with Yankee Wally. Tell me about
Oh,
Yankee.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
She's sensational. She's still got a channel here
Okay,
on YouTube, but she's taking a sabbatical, which she does sometimes for months and months.
good.
She wants
Uh-huh.
to get off. She had a very successful channel. I used to listen to her 2019, 2020,
Mhm.
and she just sort of rambles and chats about life. So it's like you're talking to a neighbor.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you're watching, but she makes you feel like you're talking to a neighbor.
Yeah,
And then occasionally she'll slip in about, what's happening with the royal family in amongst what she's cooking for dinner and her cats and her other stories. And
that's
she was
awesome.
always convinced that Meghan was never pregnant. She believes there are children that have
Uh-huh.
come about by surrogacy.
That's where I
She,
fall. Yeah.
she would never accept Meghan was pregnant.
Mhm.
And the dogs were set on her. Christopher Boozy, who starred in a Netflix show,
Mhm.
and he was talking about Wally in that. They were not talking about Shallon Lester and the other two. He was talking, he even said afterwards himself, he never heard of those YouTubers. He was talking about Yankee Wally, Murky Meg, and According to Taz. That
Oh.
was his job, was to create these bullshit reports, calling them middle-aged, white, racist women, to dox them, to destroy their lives. I mean, his so-called report kind of went into
Uh-huh.
their lives. It was a doxing exercise.
Yeah.
And then he appeared on their own show. So
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a definite link between him and them. It's like
Awful.
that.
So I because of you, I've gotten to know Trevor Colt pretty well. And Trevor and I were comparing notes. We had his was much, much worse. I'm not comparing there, but we had similar stories. They came after him because of charity. They came after me because of charity. Helped it wasn't me, it was my flock. We raised a bunch of money for St. Jude. And when that happened, it's like the floodgates open.
Yeah,
I'm like, of all things, come after me because I called Meghan a bitch or because I called Harry an
yeah,
idiot.
yeah. No, that's a classic.
But
That's
because of
why
charity,
I
we
won't
raised like
even.
$28,000 between two charity drives, and it like that was it.
Yeah, Lady C has had the same thing, raising money for Thomas Markle Senior. Yeah, you open yourself up to allegations. That's why I don't receive or accept money. My husband does. He's got a PayPal. He's a grifty little bitch. But that's not my PayPal. He calls it Graham and Fiona because he's such a grifter. But that's his money. And we have our own private PayPal, and I would never share it, publicize it. I don't want
Sure.
any money from anyone or
Oh.
send any money. And I don't even pump charities because you don't get any thanks for it. You just get shit thrown all over you.
Yeah, so I did it through YouTube, so that way it goes directly. I didn't want to touch the money for
Yeah,
that
yeah,
exact reason to go straight to them. But I'm with you. It was a nightmare. And like
yeah,
they were people sent me screenshots of like these groups trying to find me because of raising money for sick kids. And because all I did was I put on behalf, we're donating on behalf of Catherine, Princess of Wales. I got a lovely
right.
letter from
Yeah.
Catherine and from the king, but these
Oh,
fuckers are trying to find me. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
I am fed up with these people, the way they behave. Oh, she
Yeah.
going to get it back. And what we're going to do is show everybody what she's done.
Good. I
And
want
she'll
to talk to you
live
offline
by the
about
sword,
this.
die by the sword. So if it
Oh,
makes you feel better, and that is happening more and more and more, people
good.
are being outed. And then,
Rightly deserved. They're awful. We're not coming after them. They're coming after us. So good for people like you for unmasking that. That's terrible.
I know.
Terrible.
There's a whole group of fantastic ladies at the moment, and I mean they have come from all walks of life, and they've been trashed as well. So these people in this day and age, they don't realize the internet is not that anonymous anymore.
Yeah, you're right. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see. I did pull some questions for you if you don't mind. I just think you're so interesting. So I just wanted to ask you a couple questions, but answer what you
Believe
want.
me, I'm not. But
No,
yes,
you are. You are. Stop. I'm a big fan of yours. I'm like fangirling out. It's so cool to talk to you. But answer what you want. Don't answer what you don't want. Some of the flockers came up with some questions too. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of things if you don't mind, and we'll go from there. But let's see here. Tell me about your early life, if you don't mind. Like, what were your interests growing up, and how did they shape who you are today? Tell me about that.
I didn't really have any.
Okay.
I wasn't good at sport.
Mhm.
I was really lonely
Okay.
because I lived in a town called Lewes, but I went to school in Brighton. So I didn't live like all my friends lived in Brighton, they could go to each other's house. It was a lot more complicated for me.
Yeah.
And my sisters are a lot older than me. One's 7 years older and the other 13. So it's
Oh.
like being an only child.
Oh,
So, I mean, really nothing very exciting. I was really shy, really,
Well,
really, really shy. And I mean, anyone out there who is a shy person will know that shy people tend to get picked on or taken advantage of or overlooked. And then when I was about 13, I guess it was puberty, it hit my rage vein. And that was it, you know, a light switch went on, a big fuck you. I've had enough. I've had enough of being shit on. But no, my childhood was really pretty uneventful.
Well, I love Brighton though. I actually just went there for the first time last visit to England. Did you enjoy that area? Or I know you lived outside there. Did you like the area? Yeah.
Yeah. Brighton was a slum when I was
Oh,
growing up.
okay.
It
Was it?
really
Okay.
was. It
Oh,
was quite, everything was really dirty.
oh.
And there
It's
was a lot
changed quite a lot then. I liked it when I was there. Yeah.
yes, it has. It was really the gay couples because back then Brighton had these weird restricted covenants. I don't know if they still have them, where some buildings have to be painted by an authorized specific paint manufacturer. And this, it turned out it was one guy, and he just charged what he wanted. So nobody did fix the buildings up.
Oh.
And then there was a gay couple who bought a property in Osborne Villas. And they said to the council, do we really have to buy this guy's paint? Can we not get something from B&Q that's the same shade? And they got them to look into it. And they said, yeah, that was fine. Okay. And they not only fixed the outside of the building, they did the railings in black and gold, very stylish.
Yeah.
Flowers and plants. Wasn't long before the neighbours started doing that. And for gay men then, men were paid a lot more than women. So you've got double income. And a lot of them moved into Kemp Town and fixed it up. And then other people, and now we get people from London. So Brighton's really expensive now, but it was a dump.
Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Yeah. Wow. I had no idea. That's interesting history. I didn't know that. Okay. So I have to ask, answer what you want. Your name, when I Googled it, I really didn't know much, but it looks like your name has been associated with quite a dramatic title in the past. What was that experience like, and how has it influenced your perspective? So I'm, of course, referring to when I Googled, they called you Britain's Most Wanted Woman. Tell me about that.
Well, that was a TV show called Britain's Most Wanted.
Okay.
And I was one of the people that they featured on it.
Okay.
And the Daily Mail, they would typically choose females. And I suppose that's what Steve Skerritt said. He said it was the ingredients of the fact my mum was a politician, Graham was a pilot, that there were all these things, and they picked up on it and ran with their imagination. And there were a lot of the times I would read in the newspaper and just think, who is this woman they're writing about? She sounds really fucking cool.
Yeah, she does.
Like me. She's nothing like me. I mean, it's an incredibly long story. The whole problem started in about 1992, went right through till 2003. So that's a
but
lot.
You've been cleared. I mean, like, it's all cleared up.
Yeah, I was never charged.
Perfect. And do you find, like, does it still haunt? Isn't the right word? Do people still give you shit about it? Like, it's
all the time. Yeah, all the time. All the time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, only occasionally, you know, like they'll suddenly, if you get into an argument with someone, they'll go, well, you were Britain's Most Wanted anyway. And I think, well, what's that got to do with what we're discussing? Nothing. Yeah. So yeah, that is irritating, but it's, you know, it's just one of those things. I think everybody has some of that, don't they?
They do, but I just think you're the most interesting person ever. Seriously, I think you're the coolest.
Believe me, I'm not.
No, you are though.
I've met a lot of interesting people, and then sometimes on YouTube I'll tell the story of a particular person that I've met because I was just like witnessing it, thinking, oh my god, he was an airline hijacker. Yeah, really? Or he was a bank robber. And I met some of these people through my dad because he was a lawyer, and I met some of them through my ex-boyfriend because he'd met them in prison. And I mean, we all meet these kind of people, and I have quite a good memory for those. You know, when I meet someone like that, I'm like, soaking up every detail of them like a sponge, and then I regurgitate it. Although I probably get a lot of the details wrong now. It's a long time ago.
That's all right. That's so interesting. Oh my gosh. I bet you have met some interesting people along the way. That's so cool.
I think
Wow.
the most
Yeah.
interesting one was Pete McCari, who was the airline hijacker. I'm sure he's dead now. They say
Uh-huh.
he's dead,
Uh,
but they say he's dead, but some people are not sure if he faked
um,
his death. But yeah, because he did that when I was 4 years old. And I remember my dad talking about the Qantas airline hijacking over the breakfast table.
mhm.
So then to meet the actual Pete McCari years later, and he explained how he did it, and showed us everything. That was
Wow.
quite mind blowing. Oh, but the trolls say, "Oh, Fiona was an airline hijacker." Yeah, fucking right. When I was 4 years old, really.
Uh-huh. Wow. That is wild. How did you get to meet him? I'm just curious.
Oh, my ex-boyfriend was. They
Oh.
were cellmates.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Of course,
Wow.
when they're locked up together in
Uh,
Lewis Prison, which was pretty much 23-hour bang up, then they talked to each other about life experiences. So my boyfriend said, "Oh, you've got to meet this guy.
uh-huh.
He's got a houseboat in Shoreham, fabulous boat,
Oh.
much bigger than ours, and
Uh-huh.
he built it all himself, and it was just incredible.
I
He was an
guess
incredible
so.
character, like one of these once in a lifetime people, a bit like meeting one of the great train robbers or something.
Yeah. Was your dad still around when you met him? Were you able to tell your dad about that or no?
No, no, my
Oh,
dad, I didn't. No, yeah, I think I probably did meet Pete before my dad died.
okay. I just
Yeah,
wonder if your dad got such a kick out of it since he told you the story when you were young.
no, because my dad knew him as well
Oh,
and didn't
oh.
like him.
Oh, okay,
I
gotcha.
don't think I ever mentioned to my dad that.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, gotcha. Hey,
He met
Dad, I
him
wanna
under
piss you
different
off. Let me tell
circumstances.
you. Gotcha. Wow, that's so interesting. Okay, let's see here. So tell me about starting the channel. So you, again, as I said, it looks like you started in 2019 and you kind of alluded to it. You just wanted to get on here and talk some shit about some people. Is that what it was? Do I have that right?
Yeah, I think it was really when Taz, Murky, and Wally started to get attacked by Christopher Boozy. I was
Okay.
just so disgusted and horrified.
Mhm.
And for about, well, I think it was a couple of years. No, it was before because Boozy didn't come along, I don't think, until 2020, maybe 2021. But the Sugars had been attacking them. They'd had
Mhm.
criticism. I mean, I'd have to go back and watch my first video, which is pretty awful, actually. The sound is horrible, and I'm just rambling on and on and on. But then, definitely, when Boozy came along, I suspected he was connected to Meghan and Harry. We all did. We had
Uh-huh.
no evidence until he showed up on their show.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Which to me is a big misstep. Why would you tie yourself publicly like that? I think it'll end up biting them in the,
Oh,
what? If
definitely. I was elated when I found out when he bragged and said he was going to be on it. I thought, please God, and I really wanted him to name Murky, Taz, and Wally. So we got
Mhm.
them. We got them. But I stupidly did a couple of videos in the run up to the Netflix, and I
Uh-huh.
said, if we get them to name those three YouTubers, we can eat them alive. And
Uh-huh.
I think that's why they switched it out, because everybody was like, are they really going to talk about Murky, Taz, and Wally? Because what would have happened is the audiences would have immediately gone to those YouTube channels and gone, hang on a minute, Taz is not middle-aged white racist. She's actually
Uh-huh.
making sense. Hang
Yeah.
on a minute, Murky sounds like quite a nice lady. Oh,
Mhm.
Wally reckons she wasn't pregnant. I wondered myself. I saw that bump slip. And they
Mhm.
didn't want that. They did, in the end, they switched them out, much to Christopher Boozy's disgust.
Oh, yeah. That guy's an idiot. I hate that guy.
Oh, horrible, horrible.
But I think it's great though that I do think it's great that they put him in there because how do you it's the same thing with tying yourself with I call him Plastic Man, but Omid, you know what I mean? He's out there making
Yeah,
these horrible claims and then you've tied yourself to him. You can distance yourself all you want, but obviously you guys are working together, so
well, if there weren't YouTubers like you,
uh,
all of the YouTubers,
uh
then Meghan would get away with whitewashing it eventually and pretending it never happened.
You're right. You're right.
A
Well,
lot of these celebrities will do that, and people forget. They
yeah.
write a new narrative, if you like, a new story, and they pretend like she's doing at the moment.
Yes.
The palace haven't. They've done zero to reach out. That's so demeaning. And I'm watching the Harry and Meghan thing now, thinking you've got a real cheek saying that.
Exactly. You don't get to be the terrorist and then demand an apology from everybody. You're right.
Exactly. exactly.
Crazy. Yep, absolutely. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. Tell me about your process for creating your content. Do you have any particular, just whatever strikes you? Oh, but that's okay.
Hit record and
Yeah.
chat for 10, 15 minutes and then just turn it off.
Well, it's working for you. You're doing a great job, and I love to watch your recordings. And I love when you and Graham are on there together. I enjoy your back and forth and his take on things and all that. Don't tell him because he's a what'd you call him? Not a greedy bitch. You call him a
A grifting,
grifting.
little bit. I guess it's more of a sort of a video diary in a way.
Yes.
Both channels.
Yes.
Mine and Graham's.
Tell us Graham's channel in case people don't know it. I can't remember the name of it. I watched it.
What's your
Oh,
channel?
yeah, that's okay.
He's not.
I know one's that's okay. I know one's
It's
like the
Graham the Baron. I think it's Flying Club.
Flying Club. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
It's
Graham the Baron Flying Club.
Baron Flying Club. Thank you, Graham.
Baron Flying Club. Okay. Okay. Yes, and actually I watched that last night, and I have to give a shout out here to Ben for burping.
Oh yes, yes. Ben's obviously he's been a TikToker and Instagrammer and YouTuber long before us. And two of his most successful videos, one was how long could he hold his breath?
Oh.
And then his viewers were begging for him to do more and more and more again.
You're like, no.
And the world's longest burp.
Oh.
That was sort of the level of his audience.
Oh boy, that's hey, listen, it worked for me. Got a lot of views off of it. What I saw last night on your video was impressive.
Jen.
Yeah, oh, okay. Let me see what I can do here. No, I can't compete with Ben, so why try?
We're far too sophisticated and professional to get into any of that, aren't we?
Oh my God, have you seen my stuff? No, I'm just yelling, look at me into a microphone. I'm not professional. I don't know what I'm doing.
You look very professional to me. Well, I can see you. This is the thing. The audience is not going to see you yet.
No, you can tell how horribly disfigured I am.
You're not.
My face tattoos and stuff. No, I keep teasing that I had face tattoos done.
I cannot wait to see your face reveal. Do you remember the Duchess of Narcissis's face reveal?
I'm a newer follower of her, so no, I didn't.
That's what this is going to be like with you. Trust me, it is, because the sugars used to mock her and say, oh, I bet you're this, I bet you're that, I bet you're old, I bet you're fat and all that. And she used to laugh at them, and she refused to show her face just for a joke.
Yeah.
And then one day she appeared and the sugars were just, and that's going to happen with you.
Oh,
Trust me, Jen.
Oh, that's so kind of you. You said the nicest things. I'm like, please don't build me up because they're going to be so disappointed.
I guess New Year you're going to do it or something.
Yes. And I'm working on my office, getting it ready, and then I'll start filming in here. Yes, but thank you. You did the most lovely shout out. I had no idea you were going to do it, and my peeps let me know, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're building me up so much. Everyone's going to be disappointed, but that's so nice.
They'll be disappointed. Not at all.
One of the funniest comments I got when I did like a half face reveal. Somebody said, Jen, I thought you were gonna be homely because you have a really good personality.
They said what?
Jen, I thought you were gonna be homely, like not attractive because you have a really good personality. I'm like, well, Fiona's gorgeous and she has a good personality. Why can't you be both? Like, I thought that was really funny.
I don't know that I'm homely either. I tidy up in the background for the recording, but we live like slobs really most of the time.
Oh, no. Listen, I'm obsessed with your 20s party. I went and watched the whole thing of you guys just having fun. You look gorgeous. I'm obsessed with that dress. I'm going to get with you offline about details about that dress. I might need that dress. I love it.
Maybe I'll send it to you because I don't know how often I'm going to wear that.
I loved it. I thought you looked stunning. I really do. And that the headdress.
It was a really, really good fun night. Really fun night. Trevor and Gwen were great sports doing that.
That's awesome. Good. I'm going to bug you to have another one, and I'm going to invite myself. So I'll go to Spain for that. I would totally go.
A collage of YouTubers all over the screen.
Yes. Yeah. No, I would actually go to Spain for that because that looks so fun. I'm in. That sounds fun. I'll do my grand reveal there. I'm like, hey guys, I'm here. I hope you enjoyed that interview as much as I did. Isn't Fiona wonderful? She really is. I love her. And Graham, the nicest people. I hope you've enjoyed this. Yeah, so this was the end of part 1. We still have part 2 to go, and we play a game at the end of part 2, the word association game. Fiona is hilarious. So I can't wait for you to see that. Come back and check that out tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please make sure you're subscribed. I'm really trying to boost my numbers as well. Thank you to everybody who supported through like Patreon and stuff. If that's something that interests you, we have that. Check that out. And we have merch, of course, check that out. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. That's how I say that. Oh man, it's good to see you all. Thanks so much for being here. I'm Jen. Honk honk, everyone, and watch for part 2 tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.